into 3 and 4 groups, and you guys are going to make bubblers. Now, you saw the ones that Nick and Reed did, right? Everybody looked at those? Don't make them look like that. No. Anyway, we're going to make a couple of those bubblers. Now, believe it or not, it's a good practice for you because you can cut the panels, mud them together, and then we'll texture it. Plus, we got the stuff at my place to do, so which is of real rock. So I just want to give you guys a couple of flavors like that. So we're going to focus on the rest of the day. Building is still what our main thing is. Now, when they did this on site, there was a frame column here, and they just literally 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 on both sides of the split, covered up with a little bit of texture mud. It was a done deal. And in fact, he wrote a letter. It's on our webpage. This guy that owns the company is a very, very wealthy man. I mean, this condo project was 3 or 4 years old. They bought it because it was water intrusion damaged severely in 3-4 years, rotten and mold. And they bought it, and it was $800 million. They, out of pocket, they didn't have a bank. They out of pocket, and they got that project going. But he owns the Best Western, he owns the Red Lion, he owns big hotels in Lincoln City. To find favor with a man like that, those types of installations, like Josh, you were talking about some of the repeat business. If you get in with a builder that's incredible or has ethics and integrity, you can go places. And that's kind of what we did here. But we made this installation sweet. I mean, you can't even see that seamed. Oh, that's not the seam area. Okay. No, this is not bad. Not bad at all. Little touch-up mud there. But I mean, let's go back to the cultured stone of the real rock. You'd be here a day on a column. Does anybody argue that? Has anybody laid a column recently? Anybody? I'm telling you, man, you'll be here a day. Skylar, you were here a day.
I've been here 2 days.
He's laid rock since he was about 5 years old. I mean, he's been in the business, our family business, installing.
I think it took me 2 days.
Yeah? To make it just right. I mean, to make it look good. That's a done deal. So we'll get back to that with the texture. I think now we're going to swing into waterfall mode. Now, people, I'm not trying to push waterfalls down your throat. In fact, I've departed from waterfalls in general terms. When we first got here in 2003, we began making some cover rocks like those over there for people to buy. We started Duralite Rock, which is duralightrock.com. And then that same year we started syntheticrocksolutions.com. But our first move was to make cover rocks, utility cover rocks. And then we decided we made like 25 water feature, component styles water features. And you know what? There's a lot of people out there selling these little ditzy waterfalls. This is probably a big unit in the marketplace. And they make ones that are probably, you know, little things like that. And everybody thinks, oh, let's make waterfalls. There's a lot of people out there making, especially with the molded and the urethane. Now, urethane, you feel this. This feels like rock. You know, it doesn't have the sheen like urethanes does. It has a real feel to it. But they're out there selling these things for, you know, $300, $400, or $500. Skylar and I were discussing this unit if it were for sale. And did you look at the 10 Commandments? Can you pan in on the 10 Commandments? This is a prototype that we've made for a company, Fire Falls Design, out of West Virginia. Their idea was this. They brought it to us. We've made the prototype. We've got molds. They're in the Ministry Today magazine, and they're doing a bulk mail campaign across the United States. We're going to sell thousands of these units. That unit shipped to you is $22.50. $22.50. He diligently looked through the marketplace. Now, you've seen the little fountain with a pedestal. It's got a bowl. Maybe 2 little kids standing there with an umbrella and the little water falls out. Those are about $500-600. Those are very conventional, and they're very frequently manufactured across the United States. Unique little features have a tendency to get you a little more money, but still, I mean, something like this for $27.50 would rival anything that's pretty much out there that's unique or specialty. You don't find a lot of you find one-piece units, you don't find component systems. This one here, at this point, we made the tub using the same mud we do the panels with, the fiber mud, and I just formed that up out of some, cardboard, wasn't it?
Plywood.
A plywood? Okay, and then we mudded it. Once we had that dry, we took the panels and started putting them together and mudding them together. We made this removable. Now you see this saddle here and the saddle there. we're actually going to bring rock to it and make it come out, or you're going to bring rock to it and make it come out. We're going to make a removable cover rock there, and these are all removable, but the idea is that 2 people can install this. I kid you not, that trade show booth, that marquee spa right there, Marcos here can install that in 5 minutes. Literally. Now, of course, the pieces are sitting around the unit. They're out of the crate. They're unwrapped, because you'll spend an hour uncrating it and unwrapping it, because we wrap it with foam so it doesn't get damaged during shipping. But once those pieces are near the spa, you can install in 5 minutes. Now, Marquee Spa, who sets it up at many different trade shows, there are 3 guys can do it in about a half an hour. That much rock installed without mortar, fasteners at all in a half an hour's time, that's revolutionary. This trade show booth is about a 15-minute gig setting it up. That's a lot of rock. That's over, the back wall's 130, the front's probably 70, so 200 square foot of rock being installed without a trowel, a saw, anything, just boom like that. These types of events these types of products don't exist. So if you get into making a component style waterfall, you can do this in your off time. You can do it if you guys are in wintertime climates where you can't work outside. You get yourself a shop, you get to making some product here, and you sell it during the spring, summer, and fall. So, but these things don't exist. What does exist is 1, maybe 2 pieces. This, at the point when it's finished, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 5 or a 6 piece set. But then let's make a little rock here, maybe with a flower pot in it, like you could have a planter in it. Let's make another little rock. We make fire bowls, which we fill up with water, and we have a little gas line in there. The bubbles come up. We got an igniter on the surface. It goes plum, 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 plum. It's called dancing fire. So there's accessories that you could sell to this, and like I said, it's quick installation. Even if you were the type that's wanting to minimize your time on site, meaning I'll build you a waterfall in my shop. I'll run to your job site, pour a foundation, for our stuff to sit on, maybe even pour a pond if I had to, if it got bigger, and literally come in there with prefab units and mud them together. Don't make them to where they're removable. Your time on site is diminished. Quality control in the factory is easier to obtain than it is on site. See that up there is a window I look down on. Okay? I watch what's going on down here, and I can see when something's going awry, but yet I can still conduct today's business. So I kind of do I went from being a contractor in the field, and now I've got maybe 10 projects at a time going, you know what I mean, for what they're making. And it ships, and I don't even have to look at it. I don't have to install it. So there's some merit to that kind of thinking. But anyway, what I want to do here right now is simply start you on a understanding on how to start cutting these panels and getting them into a, a rock. Skylar, how many pieces was this? 1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6.
6. Now these were scrap.
No, there was a couple more in there, little tiny ones.
When we got done cutting this one, we had a bunch of scrap. We still got a few pieces out of there.
Yeah.
Now the beautiful thing about the rock is those panels are kind of square and rectangular, right? You see over there is the proceeds from this motion. We didn't throw those away. You're going to use them. This little strip, as I recall, where was it, Sky? Like a little piece right in here? It seemed like there was a diagonal here, and we put a little piece in here. The key is you're going to find little wedges and stuff that you'll just baling wire them together, and when it's done, you won't even see it. It's mudded together. Now, you mudded this all on the outside, correct?
Yeah.
So none of it was, well, some of this was mudded. No, you couldn't mud it.
Everything on the outside, and I went back when I had it pulled to the wall and mudded the inside this.
This unit was designed to be up against a wall, but could it not? I'm in the backyard. Here's the block wall. Bush, bush, bush. My pump's right here. If you're not walking behind here, you're not really going to know that that's not behind here. I mean, that doesn't continue. So it could be drawn away from the wall. I like the drawn away from the wall thing because I got this little pot back here. I don't know if anybody's seen. I could put my pump right here, run my hose up right up over here, make a little cover rock so you don't see it. Notice our ponds, we don't ever plumb through them like most people do. We go overlay. You've learned that, I hope, from what we've taught you before. Similarly here, like at my house, you're going to see it's all overlaid. Means that right here, what my plans were was just to cut a hole maybe down on the corner here, feed the pipe through, put the pump right here, and make a rock that's removable. Now notice that side was bigger. I had them draw this rock over here so that this cover rock didn't become of size. In other words, a lady could pick it up and move it should she need to. So you want to reduce the sizes in general terms, although there are exceptions to this. This thing's movable. I mean, 2 of you guys put it on here. So I mean, it's not